It's me, Sanjay Vasu, back again for another video. This time we're doing Cambridge Secondary 1 Progression Test, Mathematics Paper 2 for Stage 7. Question 1. What's the value of 3 in this number? 728.36. So now, we need to find the value of 3 in this number, and it's actually on the right of the decimal point. And if it's on the right of the decimal point, it's not like tens, hundred, thousand, but then we count it as tenths, hundredths, and thousandths. Over here, the first one on the right is a tenths, and that's where 3 is. And therefore, we take the value, which is place value, of 3 in the number as 3 tenths. So that's the answer. Question 2. Look at the list of numbers. From the list, write down the numbers that are prime numbers, multiples of 4, and factors of 27. So first, the prime numbers are 3 and 7. 1 is not a prime number because it only has one factor, which is itself. 3 and 7. Multiples are 4, 4, and then 400. These are the two numbers. And then see the factors of 27. 1 obviously, then 3 and 9. Move on to question 3. Write the number in each box to make the statements true. When x is equal to dash, then x plus 4 is equal to dash. Then when y is equal to dash, then 3y equals dash. Over here, let's just write some random numbers. Let's write 5 and 7. So when x is equal to 5, x plus 4 is 5 plus 4, which is 9. Y equals 7, 3y equals 21. Question 4. A box can hold a maximum of 35 apples. What's the smallest number of boxes you need to hold 255 apples? Show your working. So to do this, we need to divide 255 by 35. Now let's get a calculator out. 255 divided by 35 is this. Ignore the decimal part, so we have 7 boxes plus, in reality, a 10 remainder. And this one needs to be done in one more box extra. And that's equal to 8 boxes. So that's the answer. Question 5. The diagram shows a pentagon. I know it doesn't look like one, but then it has 5 sides and 5 angles, so it's a pentagon. A. Measure accurately the size of reflex angle ABC marked over here. I took the printout of this and I measured the angle, which gave me 234 degrees, and that's what we'll be writing as our answer. B. Measure accurately the length of side AE in millimeters. When you take a printout and measure the length of this side, you'll actually get the answer of 6.8 centimeters, which is equal to 68 millimeters. They asked us to give it in millimeters, so 68 is the answer. Question 6. Here's some scales using the mass of 2 boxes. A. What's the total mass of 2 boxes? Give your answer in kilograms. So it's 7, and then we have a decimal point which goes like this. It's unlabeled, but then there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps to go to 8 from 7, which means it's 1 divided by 5, which is equal to 0.2 per step, which means 7.2, 7.4, 7.6 kilograms. So that's the answer. B. The mass of the small box is 900 grams. What's the mass of the large one in kilograms? So 7.6 kg is 7600 grams minus 900 grams. That's equal to 6700 grams. And that's 6.7 kg. So that's the answer. Question 7. Work out 45% of $300. So 45% of $300, we can write that as 45 by 100 of it. And the off can be written as a multiplied by. 45 by 100 multiplied by 300. Cancel out the zeros. And that's equal to 3 into 45, which is equal to $135. That is the answer. Question 8. The largest number of people 5 buses can carry is 265. All buses carry the same number of people. Work out the largest number of people 3 buses can carry. That's equal to 265 by 5 for one bus. And we can use that and find the answer as 53 per bus. And now 3 buses will be 53 into 3, which is 159. Therefore, 159 people is the maximum. Question 9. Mrs. Green counts the number of children who walk to school. Here are the results for 20 days. So we have this results table right here. And they include 20 different values for number of children per day. A. Complete the frequency table. So, number of children walking to school, 1 to 10. That's equal to 1, 2, and 3. 7, 6, and 9. That's equal to 3 for a tally and then the frequency. 11 to 20. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 5 in the tally and frequency. 21 to 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the 9, let's go here. So tally, we have this 9 for frequency. 31 to 40, we have 1, 2, and 3. So the tally is again 3, frequency is the same. B, write down the model class. That means the frequency highest class. So 9 is the highest frequency and that class is 21 to 30. So that's what we will write. That's the answer. Question 10. Here's the diagram made from circles and triangles. A. Write down the ratio of circles to triangles. Over here, we have 9 circles and 6 triangles, which means 9 is to 6, and that's 3 is to 2 in simplest form. B. Write the ratio 210 is to 126 in simplest form. So first we can divide by 2 to make 105 is to 63. We divide this by 3, and then we get that as 35 is to 21. And then we can divide by 7. We get 5 is to 3. So the answer is 5 is to 3. C. In the fruit shop, the ratio of oranges to bananas is 7 is to 3. Altogether, there are 150 oranges and bananas. How many bananas are there in the shop? Show your working. So 10 parts, which is 7 plus 3, is equal to 150. 1 part is 150 by 10, which is equal to 15. And then 3 parts is equal to 15 into 3, which is equal to 45, and therefore there are 45 bananas. 7 is to 3, and 3 is the bananas. 11. Find the lowest common multiple of 12 and 15. The LCM of 12 and 15, we can do it like this. We have a 3 common factor, 4, 5. Now 3 into 4 into 5, that's equal to 60. So LCM is 60. Question 12. 7 children measure their pulse rate before and after exercising. A. Complete the table by finding the median pulse rate before exercising. Let's first arrange this in order. Ascending order, we have 69, 72, 74, 75, 79, 80, and 84. The median is 75, so you write that. It's at the middle of the 7 group. B. Compare the pulse rates before and after exercising. So the pulse rates are relatively higher after exercising. So that's the answer. Question 13. The diagram shows 4 sets of parallel lines and 4 transversals. One of the diagrams has an angle labeled incorrectly. Put a cross in the box of the diagram with an incorrect angle. So first, 110 and 110. This is corresponding and therefore it is correct. 70 and 70. These are alternate angles. They are always equal, so they're also correct. 110 and 70. These are also alternate angles, just like this, but then they are not equal. 70 is not equal to 110. Therefore, the third option is incorrect. Just for reference, the fourth one, 110 and 70. This is slightly trickier because you bring the 70 up here, like this, because of corresponding angles, just like this one. And then we use the angles on the straight line. They add up to 180. And that's why this is actually correct. But for now, third option is wrong one. Question 14. Here's a shape made by drawing 2 rectangles. A. Find the perimeter of the shape. So first, let's find the missing sides. This side is 14 minus 4, which is 10 centimeters. And this side is 11 minus 6, 5 centimeters. Now we found all the missing sides, we'll add them up. 10 plus 5 plus 4 plus 11 plus 14 plus 6. The answer we get at the end is actually 50 centimeters. B. Find the area of the shape. Let's first divide this into two rectangles, one over here and one over here. So first, the smaller one, 5 into 4 is equal to 20 centimeters squared. 6 into 14 for the bigger rectangle, that's equal to 84 centimeters squared. 84 plus 20 is equal to 104 centimeters squared area for both of the rectangles, and that means the whole shape. Question 5. Paul and Stefan both play in the tennis tournament. Paul wins 12 out of 16 matches. Work out the percentage of matches that Paul wins. So it's 12 by 16 multiplied by 100%. And then we get this as 3 by 4 multiplied by 100. We get 75% of victories for Paul. So that's the answer. B. Stefan wins 14 out of 20 matches. Does Stefan win a higher percentage of his matches than Paul? Tick a box. Yes or no. Explain your answer. The answer is actually no, because 14 by 20 into 100, and now we can cancel this out to 10 and 7. Cancel this and 1 0. 7 into 10, which is 70%, which is less than 75%. So Stefan's percent is less than Paul's percent. Therefore, Stefan is not winning more matches in percentage than Paul. Question 16. Draw lines to join the cube or cuboid to the correct volume. So this is a cuboid. First one. 15 into 9 into 12. Let's do that on a calculator. 15 into 9 into 12. It's equal to 1620. That means that the first cuboid is connected to the last one. A cube with side length 2 centimeters. So side length 2 centimeters, 2 cubed is 8. Therefore this matches. 6, 1, 1 are the three sides of this cuboid, and then 6 into 1 into 1 is obviously 6, and therefore this match. A cube with side length 12 centimeters, that means we need 12 cubed, and that is 1728. 2 into 3 into 6 for the last cuboid. You can do it like this. And then that's 36 centimeters cubed. That's the answer. Let's move on to question 17. Here are some number cards. Choose 5 of these cards to make each of the statements correct. Cards may be used more than once. A. The probability of getting a number less than 6 is 1. We need to take 5 cards. We need to get the probability of taking number less than 6 is 1, which means 100%, or any card you take, it'll be less than 6. And over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, these numbers are less than 6. So you can write those for the 5 cards. B. It's more likely to get an even number than an odd number. That means there should be more even numbers like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 than odd numbers 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Let's keep it as 2, 6, 9, 3, 10. Like there can be any numbers over here. I just chose 5 random numbers, with the exception that there must be more even numbers than odd numbers. That's the only condition, and other than that, any numbers can be chosen, like 4, 6, 8, 7, 5. It can be like that as well. C. It is impossible to get a multiple of 3. Impossible means 0 or 0%, or 0 whatever you want. That means that 3, 6, and 9, which are the multiples of 3 here, are not allowed. So I will be taking 1, 2, 4, 5, and 7, but it's also allowed to take 8 and 10 instead of any of the numbers which I've taken. You just have to make sure that you don't take 3, 6, or 9 and take any 5 numbers. So let's see, 1, 2, 4, 5, 7. And that's the answer. Question 18. A. Write 3 by 8 as a decimal. So for this, it's much easier to do it with the calculator. So let's take that out. There we go. 3 divided by 8 is simply 0.375. So that's the answer. B. Decide if these statements are true or false. The first one has been done for you. 1 by 2 is bigger than 1 by 4. Obviously, that's true. 3 by 8 is bigger than 2 by 5. So 3 by 8 is 0.375. And 2 by 5 is 0.4, which means this is false. 5 by 8 is bigger than 13 by 20. So let's first do 5 by 8 in the calculator, 0.625. And 13 by 20, let's do that as well. It's 0.65, which means this is also false. And that's the answer. Question 19. Here's the line y equals 2x minus 1. Points A and B are on the line y equals 2x minus 1, shown right here. Complete the coordinate pairs for point A and B. We can use this equation to solve this and substitute the values into the equation. For point A, we have 5, question mark, and we need to find out what the y value is because 5 is x. So let's substitute the x value into y equals 2x minus 1. Y equals 2 into 5 minus 1, 10 minus 1, and that's equal to 9. So the first answer is 9. And now go to point B. We have a question mark for the x value, and y is equal to negative 1. Now we get negative 1 is equal to 2x minus 1, and negative 1 plus 1 is equal to 2x. 2x equals 0, and therefore x is equal to 0 as well. So this value is 0. C. Jenna says that the point 30,61 is on the line y equals 2x minus 1. Is Jenna correct? Tick a box, yes or no. Explain how you worked out the answer. The answer is actually no. And why? It's because when we substitution, 61 is equal to 2 into 30 minus 1. 2 into 30 is 60, and 60 minus 1 is 59. 61 is equal to 59 is what the expression says. But this is not correct or not true. Therefore, this is wrong. Question 20. Write down the missing numbers. The first one is done for you. Half of 100 kilometers is equal to dash of 500 kilometers. And the answer is 10%. Why? Half of 100 kilometers is 50 kilometers. And 50 by 500 into 100 forms the percentage. And we can cancel this out. So 50 divided by 5 is equal to 10%. A. 4 by 5 of $35 is equal to dash percent of $70. 4 by 5 of $35 is $28. And 28 by 70 multiplied by 100. Let's cancel out the 0. 28 by 7 is 4. 4 into 10 is 40%. So that's the answer. B. 3 by 10 of dash grams is equal to 25% of 120 grams. 25% of 120 grams is equal to 1 by 4 of 120, which is 30 grams. And 3 by 10 multiplied by something, which is some amount of grams, is equal to 30 grams. Why multiplied by? Because of also means into. So now when we bring this to the other side, it'll become divide by 3 by 10. And when that happens, it's equal to multiply by the inverse, which is 10 by 3. 30 into 10 by 3, we can cancel out. And this becomes 10. And then 10 into 10 is 100. So 3 by 10 of 100 grams is the answer. C. Dash percent of 25 centimeters is equal to 1 by 4 of 200 millimeters. Take account of what they have put in bold, the units. The units are not the same, so we can't do this right away. We need to first make the units same. So 200 millimeters is equal to 20 centimeters. And 1 by 4 multiplied by 20 centimeters is equal to 5 centimeters. And 5 centimeters is dash percent of 25 centimeters. So let's keep it as x percent. So that means x by 100 multiplied by 25 is equal to 5. Now we can cross out. X by 4 is 5. X is equal to 20. And therefore, 20% of 25 centimeters is equal to 1 by 4 of 200 millimeters. And that's the answer for question 20. Question 21. Shape A is drawn in a grid. Rotate shape A 90 degrees clockwise about point C. So we need to rotate it, and that means the shape's angle will also be rotated. If you rotate the shape, this will appear kind of inverted in 90 degrees. And this distance, which is 2 right, will actually become this, which is 2 down. So that's where our first point is going to be. The rest is simple, we just take corresponding points. So from here, 5 right and 1 down is the next point. And now we go 5 down and 1 left because that's the transcription 90 degrees clockwise. And then we get the next point as over here. Now we see this point. It's 3 tiles up from the one we just drew, and that means over here it's 3 tiles right. So the point's right there. And now the last point, which is 3 tiles left and 2 tiles up. Over here, it becomes 3 tiles up and 2 tiles right, which makes it over here. And now we just have to join the dots in the proper way to make our shape. A quadrilateral, in fact. And this is actually shape A 90 clockwise about point C. Rotated, and we'll just name it A prime because it's a new version of A. And that brings us to the end of this video, and we'll see you in my next one. Thank you. Bye.